So, welcome you guys to the South Asian Townhall, second edition. So, we are doing this in association with Project Catalyst and Catalyst Swarm also. So, basically, we are trying to promote all of the Web3 things in this town hall session and simplify Web3 for the beginners and people who are just beginning their Web3 journey in this town hall session. And in the previous session, you can check out the links which will be provided to you on the chat. So you can check out the previous slides so you can get the reference of the slides in here also, because it will be a continuation series also. So it will be very helpful for you to just go through the previous slides also. I'll just post the bit.ly link after the basically download. So welcome to the experiment. This is a ritual slide which basically we speak about. So things may break, lack documentation, differ greatly between iterations, disorient, overload, and inspire. So our goal is to provide a safe and lively environment for you to explore the highest potential of the human collaboration. So let's come back to the basic introduction of Web3. So many people, when they hear Web3, so they think of basically only the cryptocurrency part of it. So things have changed around the globe, and it's basically having the community value now also. So we get into the transaction parts also here, and basically the security part also. So if some transactions have to happen, so basically the blocks have to be validated, and in layman terms, basically the blocks are the basic functions which are containing the data. So those are validated by the miners and all. So that's mainly the validation of blockchain and how it's basically being transmitted throughout the globe. So there are different functions and communities which are functioning on Web3, and a lot of employment opportunities are there in the Web3 space now. So different professions will be basically discussed in the over the next slides, and we come to the evolution of Web basically first. So as you can see that Web 1.0 was about read only, factor only. So at that time we had the interaction platforms like Yahoo Messenger, Orkut, and these kind of companies basically came into existence. And we used to boost off also through our social medias, and also we used to increase the scraps at that time when you used to use Orkut. So those were the times that basically were being used to utilize the power of internet. So it was just a read-only platform. There was no Facebook back then, or basically before 2004, everything was basically just running on a one-way transaction, a static thing. And after that, Web 2.0 came. Everything basically the data was being recorded. Every time you logged in into Google, Facebook, or any other kind of social media apps, you have to log in with a credential, and they have to take the information out of it. So you were being basically monitored, and the data has been collected by a lot of people throughout the internet phase of Web 2.0. And those data points are being used in digital marketing world also, like AWS, Google has all of your data. They are tracking every kind of things which you are doing in day-to-day basis. And on Instagram and Facebook, you can rely on these all the things that you are seeing the ads which you want to buy or you want to basically go for, because when you're speaking also the data is being recorded by the people. So read and write interactive manner came into the Web 2.0 part, and in Web 3 basically now you are connecting the wallets, and different kind of wallets like MetaMask and a lot of basic wallets are there in which you connect your wallet, and this is a decentralized space in which you can be anonymous also. And when the transactions or the blocks get validated, so you cannot just immutable, they are non-immutable, so basically they cannot be replicated or something or deleted. So it's a one-time job, and people get rewarded for validating those nodes also, and then also the transactions happen in Web3. So it's a decentralized space which is having the capability of creating communities, and a lot of basically opportunities are there to just make the information glow in terms of the Web3 part of it. So we are seeing a change right now. There are different careers and options like Discord management, or is also a growing career in this one, and the technical part of it also, like blockchain developers are getting a lot of packages, and the opportunities are endless in the Web3 space. So we are able to just disseminate this information through South Asian Town Hall that everything can happen when you start building the blocks. So when you just start learning some things, you have to just get into the basic part of it so that you can run the marathon out of that. So the relevance of Web3 in online communities will be covered in slides. So basically, in online communities, there is the relevance of enhanced security of data. So that basically the secure data is there in every kind of things which are being done in Web3. So you are basically anonymous, but you are secure also through the different security protocols used in the Web3. And we are getting some better engagement with the enhanced features, like for example, this is the space called Gather Town, and you are interacting in this manner only. So if you would have been into a Zoom or Gmeet platform, it will not be that interactive, or you will not be having that kind of element that you are creating your avatar or coming through the basically into an online transaction, but having the feel of a offline transaction only, because there can be a lot of interactions. As the last town hall happened, there was a virtual race which was happening in the scattered town space. So this could happen only in Web3, that you can basically get introduced to the lively things, and you can just interact in a very lively manner to the community. And AR, VR, ML, so augmented reality, virtual reality, and machine learning. So everything is being combined in this kind of factor of Web3, and that's why we are basically able to engage better in a interactive way. So this is the basically the power of Web3. And this is the generation of customer centric content also. So this is centered around user generated content. So every brand is being basically using this kind of power, that every community or every person basically which is being placed in Web3 or basically being volunteered in the community. So people are basically, they are basically raising their voice to get into the community, learn things, because everyone is entering as a beginner in this industry and they have to gain the knowledge. So the moderators and Web3 communities are basically the gateway. If they can basically teach you in a basically the unified manner, and you have to create the power of collaboration, effectiveness, and a culture here. So we are trying to bring that culture through Web3 platform like Konma also. And the next slide basically will show the brands using Web3 for their advantage. So, how to leverage online communities for brand outreach is the basic question. So, every brand is basically using the communities. They are giving their customers a safe space to interact, exchange thoughts, and raise issues. There are different platforms created. There is a platform of ours also, which is called Konmaverse, which there is a social media interaction which happens. You will be getting the updates of everything which is happening in the community space, and you have the say of organic reach here. So in Instagram or Facebook now, there is a element of organic content also and paid content also. So in these kind of communities, there can be the organic factor, which is basically being blown up if your content is powerful. So this is the power which Web3 gives you, that every voice is heard. And Web3 being a data driven platform opens a new door for brands also. So they are giving basically, you are brands are clearly getting that what the customer wants, and through the data provided by the customers only, they are able to target the things. So brands are using these communities to basically renowned studio in Pakistan only. So we can have this kind of information through this, that we can research more about those projects, and can have the collaborations also. So Web3 is about collaborating, and I think this is a very big step for Pakistan also, that they are entering the metaverse and through this kind of platform. So you can have a research about this also when you just get over to the session. And there is a brand called Zostel, which uses basically spirit travel NFTs. So it's a concept that it has created basically 111 kind of NFTs, and these NFTs are providing the data along the side. So I think this is the news in the world of Web3 that Zostel is using all of the power, and the usage is basically in the sense of that Zostel is basically getting a lot of attraction because it's a travel community which has been spread in Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand and all around the cities. Like Kerala also has a Zostel in which the Alleppey one is very famous. So a lot of sectors have been covered by Zostel, and those travelers only are getting the perks through these NFTs. So if they own the NFT, they are getting a lot of monthly stays for vacations and all. So I think the work Web3 is entering into the travel community also. So there is a scope there also, and Zoo World has been supported by Gem Group recently. So they have basically received 15 million of capital commitment from Gem Group. And Indians dream of a Web3 career. So it's a recent article, and a majority of working professionals are under 30 years of age. So most of the people who are adapting to Web3 are under the age of 30 years, but a lot of people who are professionals and around 40, 50 years of age also are entering into it because they are basically seeing the scope of it, because the developments happening in the crypto space are basically very fast enough right now. So people are ready to get into the race and adapt it through the knowledge which is being given through such sessions or the kind of communities which are out there. And the current latest news is India's central bank digital currency makes glitch-free start in the start of real-time trades. So CDBC has made this progress recently, and basically this is a big thing for Indian government also. So they will be looking at crypto in a different way only if the tests are being happened and they are being successful right now. And Nepal is preparing to issue a digital currency currently, and it has drafted necessary amendments for that. And there is this guy called basically his name is Benjamin Ahmed, and Benjamin Ahmed basically learned this coding thing from his father only, and he was 5 years old when he learned coding. So he has created a revenue of $5 million, and he has created his own NFT. So you can check out his work also, and it's available on OpenSea platform. So this is a basic platform which started for NFTs. Now there are a lot of platforms like Open Foundation, Rarible. So if you are interested in NFTs, you can explore by just going through these platforms, just exploring what NFTs are, how they are placed, how they are valued in those platforms, and you'll be getting the gist that how the digital art is booming in digital world. And Harsha, can you just take over for Project Catalyst?
Sure. Yeah. Before I jump into Project Catalyst, I just want to bring it back to the first slide, which is very relevant before we speak about Project Catalyst. The second slide, the wheel break. Yeah. So let me just explain why this part is extremely important. Things may break, lack documentation, differ greatly between iterations, disorient, overload, and inspire. Our goal is to provide a safe and lively environment for you to explore the highest potential of human collaboration. This might seem just like a couple of sentences put together, but it makes a lot of sense because of how Catalyst originated. So whoever uses the Cardano blockchain uses ADA, which is the cryptocurrency on that specific blockchain. And whenever you make a transaction on that blockchain, a small amount of gas fees goes to Cardano, which is like the company that is building Cardano, right? And every Catalyst session, 16 million to 10 to 16 million ADA will be given to the community. Okay? And anyone in the community can put forward proposals, and the community itself gets to vote on these proposals and pass them. Okay? So the idea is, now there are no rules. All of a sudden, you can't say I'm giving like 16 million to the community. Now you decide what builds on Cardano. There have to be rules. There have to be like ways to say this proposal makes sense. This doesn't make sense. But who has to say it? It can't be like some guy sitting in IOG and say, oh, I like this. It has to be the community. And for that, there have to be rules. And the community at this point is divided into 4 stakeholders, as in 4 important groups. One is the voters. Anyone that has more than 500 ADA can vote on proposals. Number two is PAs, proposal assessors. So their job would be to evaluate these proposals and say, okay, this is a 5-star, it has high impact, it is very feasible, it is auditable, all of that. And you get paid for this. The money again comes from the 16 million. About 4 million or 5 million is dedicated to PAs, VPAs, and the rest of them. Even for voting, you get some rewards. And VPAs are veteran PAs. They evaluate your assessment and they rate your assessment. And if your assessment pass, you get paid as a PA. So those are all the different stakeholders. And based on these assessments, voters vote on your proposals. So that is the whole idea of Catalyst. And since there are no rules, we have to build rules as a community ourselves. And that is why they say it might not have documentation. I think, oh, this is great. Someone else, like on his Google Drive, creates another Word document. There are like hundreds of Word documents in Catalyst, but we'll have to get them all together, pick the right structure and work on it, and keep changing also whenever there's a problem. So that is why it might overload, it might disorient, it might confuse you, but we are here to collaborate. We are here to work together, bring value to the community, at the same time make money for ourselves. If we are not giving value and just making money for yourselves, it's Web 2, it's centralized, it's all about taking. Web 3 is about collaboration. That means you give and you take. So that is the whole idea behind Project Catalyst.
Yeah, sure, got it. And can we switch to the slide, Project Catalyst?
Yes, Paresh, just go on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically Harsha introduced the Catalyst as in like it's a worldwide experiment that Cardano is hosting. Where now through this worldwide experiment, it's more a Web3 incubator or a Web3 accelerator is what you can say, or what you can see Project Catalyst as. It's a funding mechanism by Cardano Foundation. So this happens every 4 months. So we just got done with Fund 9 and Fund 10 would start anytime soon. So that's pretty much about Project Catalyst, and Harsha was explaining about the different roles that are there in Project Catalyst. You would find that on the next slides. So who can be a part of it? Anyone around the world, they can be a part of it. If you have an idea, you can propose. If you don't have an idea, you can like assist these proposals. Next slide.
Or you can do both.
Yeah, so the entire Project Catalyst is divided into 3 phases. One is the innovation phase, where for like 1 good month you are allowed to like put in the proposals, edit the proposals or refine the proposals. And once end of the month, they would like give us deadlines. And once we reach the deadline, the innovation phase closes, and the governance phase comes into picture. Now, when it comes to the governance phase, so during the innovation phase, it is about the proposers, meaning the beneficiaries who wants to get a loan or get a funding from this particular decentralized mechanism. And then next month, second month it's about like the stakeholders are going to be the PAs and the VPAs. So proposal assessors and veteran proposal assessors. So once PAs take charge, it's about them going through the proposals and giving out a rationale on 3 factors: credibility, auditability, and feasibility.
Impact, feasibility, auditability.
Yeah, impact, feasibility, and auditability. So depending on that, PAs would give their rationale, and post the evaluation, the proposers get to see these assessments. So basically the remarks or the rationale given by the PAs. Once that happens, the proposer has one more chance. So proposer has a chance to flag these assessments, meaning sending it for revaluation. So they get to do that. And once you send it for the reval, VPAs, so veteran proposal assessors, they are the ones who would assess the proposals, as in like the assessments done by the PAs. So once the secondary evaluation happens, that is when it goes to the voting phase, where all these proposals are put on the voting app, and the entire world can vote on it. Basically, anyone who holds cryptocurrencies, or basically particularly ADA. So ADA is a cryptocurrency by Cardano Foundation. So if you hold that particular coin, you get to like vote. And once the voting is done, results are out. These funds are like dispatched on a milestone basis, depending on the execution time that you specify, and then this particular mechanism or the protocol starts rewarding people. So that is what happens in Project Catalyst, typically in a cohort. So you have like multiple cohorts happening every 3 to 4 months, basically more than 4 months. So once in 4 months is so we are waiting for like Fund 10 to start now. So these are all the different stakeholders that are there in this particular Web3 funding mechanism. So you have proposers, referrers, assessors. Now challenge teams are someone who would put in challenges. Basically, the themes, they would set a theme or a problem statement for, I would say, bringing in topics is what challenge team does. So now, again, selecting these different topics or different challenges is again done by the community. Meaning, when you like, what happens is, now we are waiting for Fund 10. Fund 10 ka challenges are put in Fund 9 and they get passed. Meaning, even they have voting for these challenges. So now Fund 11 ka challenges would be like put on Fund 10. So that way, the community decides on what problems to be addressed. And then you have voters who would go through these proposals and vote on the proposals. You can go next.
Thank you, Vinod. So this was the gist of Project Catalyst. So you can just get into different rooms, which will be introduced after the session, and get to know in detail that how a project assessment works and how we basically get involved in the Project Catalyst fund. So in this Web3 fellowship, it's basically being headed by Satya. So Satya, can you just take over that what is being happened in Web3 fellowship, which is done by Konma?
Sure, thanks for it. Hi guys. I know most of you know what Web3 Fellowship is, but if you are new here, it's a program run by Konmaverse, the education and empowering wing of Konma. So what you go through in Web3 Fellowship is these three basic things that you see on the screen: fundamentals of blockchain, use cases of blockchain, and impact of blockchain. So this will be like a month of course, like you'll be attending classes and a few workshops weekly. You'll be attending two sessions. So after finishing that, you'll be eligible to get an NFT that gives you credits in the community. At the same time, these NFTs gives you the eligibility to take up other courses that are being offered in the community. That is like the Haskell development and Haskell and Plutus development and EVM development has been offered by us for free. So you'll be eligible to take that up. At the same time, upon earning these NFT, you'll be eligible to start taking up tasks and which is there and which is going to be coming up in our working relationship. Yeah, that's about it. And you have the link there on the screen. So if you're interested, you can click on the link and fill up the form. Thank you.
And this is a student which basically got rewarded by project assessment. So Vishnu, can you just unmute yourself and let us know about your journey?
Can you ever hear me?
Yes, Vishnu.
Hi everyone, my name is Vishnu Vikas. Recently joined, I am a June batch in Konma fellowship. Before fellowship, I don't know anything about auction. I know little about cryptocurrency, little bit. When I joined this fellowship, I learned more things about blockchain technology, fundamentals, and what are the pillars of it, everything and all, everything. And without Konma fellowship, I wouldn't be able to know Cardano Catalyst program. Uh, uh, I try to do Cardano Catalyst every day, 1 hour. I try to take a review and take a proposal and assess the proposal, and I check the instructions and verify what are the aspects how to write in that. And I attended some Cardano Catalyst meetings and like townships, and I had some insights. I got some insights from George sir and Vinay sir. So with the help of them, I can able to I wrote some proposals. For 16 of proposals have been written. 14 of them are passed. Later, I got some reward, some ADA coins. Seems like my work has been fulfilled. I'm waiting for fund 10. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Great, Vishnu. And can you just let us know what was the time taken by you for assessing those proposals, and what was the exact time which you devoted to the proposal assessments?
It takes me 45 to 1 hour 30 minutes for each proposal. I mean,
Okay.
I have to, depending on the proposal, how large it is, I have to check it.
Great.
I also have one more question for you, Vishnu. So specifically, when you are picking proposals, how did you choose a category as in a challenge group first, and then like did the proposals, because DApps and stuff like that are highly technical, and some are community building like Grow India and stuff like that. So did you choose
At first, I checked the random ones. I mean, when I scroll down, there is a description of each and every proposal. Whichever one I got the interested one, I selected that one. After that, I think Vinay or someone sent a link. With the help of it, I mean, there will be a random proposal will be generated that help. I used that one. It helped me a lot.
Awesome.
Oh,
Great, Vishnu. Congratulations on the feat, and keep basically upgrading yourself and giving more assessments. So you can just
Harsha
get
is
more
referring
results.
to the the tool which was built by someone in the community, which helps us choose the proposals with less assessment.
Yes, that one.
PA tool, yeah.
And what's the function of exact function of PA tool?
So there are multiple things. So the process is slightly more complicated. So once an assessment has once a proposal has more than 7 assessments, only 6 assessments will be finally passing through. If all the 7 assessments or more than 7 assessments are really good, they'll randomly pick 6 and like put them in. So this 1 or 2 guys that did the extra assessments, they won't be getting paid for their work. So what people do is they try to assess assessments they try to assess proposals that have less than 6 assessments. So that's the idea behind it, to just maximize your contribution.
So next we'll come to Konmaverse. So Konmaverse basically is a decentralized platform which we have created.
Before we proceed, I have to post a little bit.
Yes, Satya.
Vishnu class is our September batch Web3 fellowship candidate, so I had to like mention it here in the public stage. So.
I think Paresh, Prithvi is here. He can take Konmaverse.
Cool. Prithvi, can you just take over the Konmaverse?
Hello.
Yes, Prithvi. I think there is a disturbance.
All right.
Yeah, it's coming.
Is it better now? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, Prithvi. Yeah, perfectly.
All right. So, welcome to Konmaverse, guys. So Konmaverse is a decentralized community platform. I'm sure some of you are members, but any communication related to Konma or a Web3 community in general,
will be happening through Konma Hood. So it's a safe place for everyone to come together to give us sustainable solutions for our future. And our main aim is to include, involve, and incentivize the community. And we help you create tribes basically for any niches or any interests or anything that the community believes wants to take forward. So it is basically community driven. We are aiming to achieve a community driven framework, and we want to help you be the voice and take the decisions you need to take the right projects to the next level. So all of the communication for all of our events, everything will be happening in Konma Hood. We will provide the link for you to join if you're not already a part of Konma Hood. We will share the link. Feel free to join. You can always find any of us inside Konma Hood. You will see us posting a lot of regular updates. Keep checking our feed. Stay tuned for any updates that we have. And thank you all for attending this session. So, Paresh, is there a next slide?
Yeah, this tribe.
Okay. So we do have the South Asian Townhall tribe already live on Konma Hood. So we will provide you a link for that as well. But you can go and join the tribe. You can also join the Project Catalyst tribe. We will give updates on how you can also become a proposal assessor, just like Vishnu Vikas described. You can do that. We'll post all the updates in that tribe. You can join that. And we'll also have weekly events, right? Like Konma United. And all of those updates will be posted in Konma Hood. Next slide, Paresh.
Now the performance time. Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Just look forward to the links. We will post it on the chat. Stay tuned.
Thank you, Pratik. Yeah. So, Ishita, can you just introduce yourself and just let us know what your journey till now? So after that, you can just start your performance. Yeah. Can you unmute, Ishita?
Good to see you all here. And I am a master's in literature student, and also I've been performing for the past 4 years. I write poetry, sometimes do write short films, theater scripts, etc. So I'll today just be performing one poetry. And we all in our life at some point question ourselves and have some or the other experiences. So this poetry is something about that. Just a sec. So, we have some good experiences in life, and then we have some bad experiences in life. But there are certain experiences that we do not share with anyone. We keep them sacred within us. So the name of the poetry is Hey, Chill Bro. So hey, chill bro. There's no one to know how that heartbreak felt, how the books you read have kept you well, how that suicidal feeling you kept under your breath have killed you inside, but you didn't bleed red. The darkest secrets you have kept, the nights you haven't slept, the meals you have skipped, the number of times you have flipped. But hey, chill bro, there's no one to know. The offers you have rejected and then felt dejected, the achievements you made, the failed exam papers you hide in the cascade. How you alone bunked the class when you didn't want to study when you didn't want to be around the mass. The places you have roamed alone and never wanted to go back home. Hey, chill bro, there's no one to know. The times you have been judged and how your breaths have been mugged, how you wanted to cry your heart out for being called short, skinny, or stout. The scars you're trying to hide, calling them a mosquito bite. The touches you felt bad, the nights you slept sad. But hey, chill bro, there's no one to know. The expectations you made, and then the reality invade. How you took your first drag hiding the smokes in your school bag. How you sneaked into the bar and slept drunk in the car. Chill. There's no one ever gonna know how you felt. Except those crumbled papers under your bed. The crumbled papers under your bed. Thank you.
Amazing, amazing, Ishita.
Thank you so much.
And chill, bro, is the favorite word of our team member called Prithvi. So I think he must have enjoyed it a lot.
I hope you did. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ishita. And is there anything else you would like to perform? We would love to hear another one also.
Um. Uh. Okay. So at some point in our life, we have had that one heartbreak where it shattered us, not in a funny way, not in a joking way, but it shattered us and made us a better person. But that incident would have struck by you. So the name of this poetry is I'm Leaving. So I'm leaving. Those words have stuck by me like I heard them yesterday. 2 a.m. in the middle of the night, I wanted to let out everything. Every inch of my body as I couldn't feel any. I lay numb on the bathroom floor, trying to recognize the exteriors, while I battled with the interior conflicts. I had feared of everyone leaving. I had feared of me leaving. I had feared myself. Though I lay in self-pity, guilty in the puddle of my own sins, I asked myself, am I fine? The voice is so blurred, I only hear screaming, calling me within, departing me off. I shout at myself, I ask, are you even there? I look into my eyes, lost, couldn't recognize. I shake myself from shoulders, come back, you can't leave. I hear my own screams in my head so high that I drop down on knees, defeated. A battle that was never mine. I ask myself, can you let go? I hear, I already have, but only myself. But only myself. Thank you.
Amazing. Can you just, can everyone just press the celebrate icon in the chat? Great, great work, Ishita.
So much.
Love to hear you. So,
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
so Ishita, just one question that as a beginner of Web3 and you were listening to Web3 for the first time, so what are your impressions on the blockchain era and what kind of things are happening behind the scenes? So were you able to grasp anything basics out of it, or it's just a come and go for you?
So I am a person who's not, to be very honest, not too much into technical things, being an art student. But like I find everything revolutionary. People who's so savvy and not too much into it should have the basic knowledge about it, because I think this is the future that is coming in. So yeah, definitely it was very interesting.
Great, Ashita. So we just look forward to hearing from you in the next sessions also, and we will be love to have you in the community also. So you can just join us in Konmaverse and get the regular updates for the upcoming sessions.
Absolutely, I'll be there. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for performing. And Abhishek, are you there? Abhishek, you can unmute and just begin. So Abhishek is joining us again. So he has some new sets basically for us, and he was really excited to join us for another South Asian Town Hall session. So we love to have you here, Abhishek. Yeah. And one thing about Abhishek that I met him through my sessions of Know the Unknown, which basically helps people to just share their journeys and get along. So he introduced me the concept of the sound healing part. So before that, there was no concept in my mind because I've traveled a lot of mountain journeys and all. So no one basically just gave me the concept of sound healing also. So after meeting him and listening to his session, I got to basically got introduced to sound healing kind of things also. So it was a new thing, and South Asian Town Hall, Web3, all of the things are basically unknown to people once in a while. So basically, they just get into the things and get to know about the things on the basic level. So Abhishek, thanks for introducing to the such concepts, and we will listen you up. Yeah.
I think you must be able to hear me now.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, let's begin this.
Are you guys able to see him?
Yes, yes, yes.
Cool.
So perfect. This is Abhishek Mehra, and I go by the name Abhi Music. That stands for the traveler of the moment. Abhi says a moment, and Rahi means Musafir, a traveler. And I try to do music therapy and sound healing. And whatever impromptu comes to my mind, I just sing that and play guitar. Let's see where this is. So there are times when we just know that we don't know what we really want. We go on searching in the universe. What is it that we are looking for? And in the journey, we meet so many people with so many promises. Promises of forever. The promises that sometimes we keep and sometimes we're not able to keep. But whatever happens, life goes on. Whoever we meet, we try and we expect them to behave a certain way. We have expectations, we get disappointed, but we forget that we're all one. A little bit of divinity. So this is called Halo. I wrote it a few years back. The sun is shining through you. The sun is shining through me. We're all made up of starlight. We may be lyrics go like, the sun is shining through me, the sun is shining through you. We're all made up of starlight, and we're maybe little stars too. But can you feel the halo around me? And can you feel the halo? And can you feel the halo around you? And can you feel the halo? We're searching the meaning of life. We're forgetting who we really are. We're trying to find the meaning. We're trying to create a meaning. And can you feel the halo around me? And can you feel the halo? And can you feel the halo around me? Can you feel the halo? So this basically goes on about recognizing the divinity in ourselves and recognizing the divinity in others and forgiving everything that we might be doing, forgiving everything that might have happened due to conscious or unconscious decisions, whatever happens. Just feel the halo around you. Feel this giant energy and submit to the universe. I'm on Zoom, I cannot really hear your responses. Never mind. Oh, I'm thinking which song to do. So this one is called Kuch. And this is the very first song that I wrote years back. Kuch कहना नहीं चुप रहना नहीं, आंखों से मैंने कहा, धड़कन से तूने सुना, कुछ कहना नहीं, चुप रहना नहीं अभी। So it's about speaking everything without speaking a word. ये नजरें तेरी कहीं कहानी गई, तू शर्माती गई, बिन कहे सब बताती गई, आंखों से मैंने कहा, धड़कन से तूने सुना, कुछ this is called Kuch Kehna Nahi, the very first song that I wrote when I knew only 2-3 chords on guitar. Close your eyes and listen to the sound of silence. The silence that stays within you. Listen to the voice within you. Recognize what it wants to speak to you. Know what your body wants to say. eternal fight that we have inside of our head every time. Whatever we think, whatever we doing, listen to the voice. And know what it speaks.
Amazing, Abhishek.
Very well.
Amazing and divine. Like,
Thanks, brother. It's a pleasure.
Abhishek, can you just share your journey music also, because when people get into blog, it's also a new field, and when you get into music, it also takes a lot of practice. So can you correlate those two things that the beginners know that takes a lot to learn?
Right, absolutely. So it's been a long time I've been playing guitar. It was gifted to me in my school days. And before that, I used to write poems. And when I got the guitar, I felt like I've got a superpower that I can compose songs. And I kept on composing music, and I rather covered less music and composed more. Sorry? And things have been going like that. I did BTech in computer science, then I did sound engineering from Delhi University, then I did a digital marketing course from IT Delhi. And right now, so right now I'm like looking at different prospects in life, and also doing my own thing in music healing and startup, things like that. So I've performed all over Delhi, all over India, and at different places. At Jaipur Literature Festival, I've performed at in different cafes and Saket, Select City Walk, different places. It's a good journey, and it's a pleasure meeting all of you. And Web3 is a brilliant new concept, and we've been getting familiar with it to you guys. So I'm very thankful for you to be enlightening us in this field, letting us know what is the future.
I think it was a hard period for artists. Now the scene is moving again to physical world, and it's more combined together in the year.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me, for creating this amazing platform.
So this is a breakout room which we are producing. So you can follow Harshita to know about Catalyst assessor and reward. So we'll be guiding you up regarding this. And it is a session in which we are planning to bring out people who want to learn more about Konma and how they can basically associate with the community. So if you're new to the platform, you can follow me on the different table we'll go, and we can discuss that what kind of expectation you have from the community and how you can just find your ikigai and do what you love here. So we'll be guiding you about Konma and finding your ikigai and monetizing things or finding the right network here in the northern event. So you can either follow Harsha or me after the session, and we can have a one-on-one discussion. And after the event, if you want to discuss anything with the founders or people who are present here, so you are free enough to follow them also if you want to go. So,
Quick question:
Harsha, can you just
go ahead.
can you just describe this catalyst proposal assessor also? Break out from yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So what we'll be discussing here is, first of all, whoever wants to come talk, what do you want? Like, is it what is it that motivates you? Is it money that you want? Is it like social status? Like, first of all, we'll understand what you need, and then we'll figure out if assessing makes sense for you, if you actually care for it. Otherwise it'll become like a tedious, boring job. You have to do what you love, right? So we'll just have a discussion on what are your interests, where you want to go, what you want to be, and if there is a match between you and the proposal assessor role, we'll be training you, and the details of the training and all that will be in the session. Yeah.
Great. Yeah, any doubt you were having, Harsha, regarding Konmaverse and how to go?
And also, how do breakout rooms work? As in, do we just like go to a separate section and talk? Or
yeah, basically, currently we are doing like this, that you can basically find around a table or any room in Konmaverse where the different section was there. So you can just sit and let people follow you for that table, and you can have a discussion in Konmaverse regarding that.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Yeah. Cool, guys. So you can just follow me, Harsha, for the discussion, and we'll guide you up there at the table. Thanks for joining us, and see you in the next session. It is always good to have you, and we are just trying to simplifying Web3 here, and we are ready for the feedbacks also. So you can just let us know on Konma how you like the event, so we'll be able to put up a better event next time also. Thanks so much. Yeah.